Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about could we ever get His Dark Material Season 4 based on the books that have to do with Lyra. So ever since Season 3 finale hit, everybody just wants more. We want to see more of Lyra, we want to see Will, we want to see them reunite. However, you gotta stop and think about it like this. If they were to make a season 4 or anything down the line 5 years from now, 5 years from now would be okay. But if they were to make a season 4 right now, it would take away from the emotional stakes that the season 3 finale had of Will and Lyra separating. All that emotion would just go like out the air and it would be meaningless and everything. And so like the creator, Jane, of the series, the television series, she wants to do more like, shows based on the books. And Daphne King, who played Lyra, she said if she could, she'll play Lyra for the rest of her life. And I hope so. That would be cool. But I would also like to see her get other roles and challenge herself and learn her craft better, because I do like her as an actress. She always wowed me as like X-23 in a Logan movie. And so like, turns out, yeah, there are other books and everything that have to do with Lyra. And there's also one that has to do with Lee and Yorick. Now, once upon a time in the North is a spin-off book that's a prequel. It shows Yorick and Lee meeting for the first time. Now, of course, they could do like something like that, and that would be neat to see them again and how they met and the shenanigans they got into, But of course, all we really care about is Lyra. And so there are several books with her in it as both a teenager and an adult. And since Daphne King is currently 17 and turned 18 in a few days, and since she's short and have a youthful appearance, she can play either a teenager or an adult, because ironically, she's only 13 in the entire series. But don't look at her and Will and everything because they grew so tall. So anyways, one of the books that they could do is Lyra Oxford, and that one is very thrilling and everything. Basically, she's a teenager, 15, and there is a witch who wants revenge on her because her son died in the battle. That would be really cool because it starts with like Lyra looking at a flock of birds, and then the birds start attacking each other. She quickly realizes that one is a demon. And so that will be very, very cool. Now, when it comes to season 3, I agree. Well, so many other people, that season felt rushed. Very, very rushed. Especially with the final battle and everything, which is quite a shame because I really wanted that to be like epic. I know some things were changed from the books. I would have changed things further just to make it more like thrilling and everything, especially with that final battle. But like, have you noticed that season 3 seemed to focus a lot more on the mom than it did Lyra or Will? Like, Will had some moments too, but it seemed like it focused more on Marissa Coulter and her redeeming herself and her emotional battle and her reuniting, being friends again with her demon. And it's just, I don't know, I felt like it robbed from season 3. And like a lot of other people felt, season 2 felt like it dragged for a long time because it was in the human world, and that's only because of the source material. So sometimes sticking to the source material isn't always a good thing. Now, in Serpentine, that's another book that has to deal with Lyra. And basically, what does it entail? I forget. But anyway, it has to do with her. So that's always good. However, there is a new trilogy currently being written. 2 books have been written, and the 3rd is still being written now, coming out next year, most likely. And the producer of the show said she would like to do a new trilogy on the Book of Dust, the new trilogy book. And that has to do with an adult Lyra. So since the first 2 books have already been published and everything long ago, she could hurry up and get on that right now. But she's waiting for the book to end. So if the show does get made, it'll be 2025. Look, I ain't got time to waste. Do it now, do it now, do it now. And so with the first book, it's called, I can't pronounce this, La Bella Sovereign or something like that. And then the next one is The Secret Commonwealth. And so like it has to do with an adult Lyra at a university, and she meets like this new person who's like her savior or protector or some crap like that. And I didn't have time to read it because it's so long on the synopsis. So we could seriously probably in the future get like an adult Lyra in like, you know, a new series. Hopefully they will not recast. However, it might not be on HBO Max because HBO Max might not even be here in the middle of next year if David Zaslav has his way. He just wants cheap reality shows to make. And of course, his dark material costs way too much money. And he's also ripping shows because WB Discovery is very, very broke. And so like, rumor is he wants to sell it to Universal, and would they pick it up? Who knows? This is a BBC show, so they just need some place to air it in America, and HBO Max is currently where they air. Now, I know a lot of people want her to reunite with Will. Most likely he'll never show up because he just becomes like a doctor. Apparently, because the knife gave him such insight, he is really good in deducing like medical stuff and cuts and all this other stuff, but he pretends to be stupid in college so people won't be on to him. But then once he graduates and becomes a surgeon, then he uses his power of insight to like answer all the questions and all this other stuff. Most likely if they were to create another series, they would just have him in like a dream sequence or like a flashback or the beautiful bench scene, which will be really nice. But other than that, his story appears to be done. So yeah. Okay, Serpentine, now I remember. Basically, she finds this doctor, I think, who was like a witch or something like that. I can't remember what. And want to know the ability to separate. So I'm assuming separate from like the demon or something like that, which is kind of weird because she doesn't like doing that. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.